I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But I just knew, I was like, I never wanted to be married.
He's trying to embarrass him into divorcing her.
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation. He gave me his blessing. And I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life.
By now, it's widely understood that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's relationship has never followed a conventional path. Jada has openly discussed past challenges in their marriage, including a period she once described as an entanglement. However, some outside voices have suggested there may be more to the story than what has been publicly confirmed. While these claims continue to circulate, much of what is said remains speculation rather than verified fact.
I saw some of the video. Mind you, when Jada at the house...
Was any of them allegedly MC Light?
Yes.
I just had that was just
why didn't you let me say that?
That was just my own opinion.
Come on,
I had no dog in this fight.
Oh,
but I
goodness.
always felt like, in my opinion, that her and MC Light kind of had something going on, and they used men, Will and MC Light's husband, to cover it up.
So,
and then we had a lady that came to sit on the show that said she saw MC Light and Jada at a known gay club for lesbians in Hollywood all the time.
So let me just put it like this, because the tapes are going to surface. The tapes are going to surface.
I don't want to watch them. That's illegal.
Oh, no. Listen. Yeah, that's right. That's right. The tapes are, that's why they reported it stolen, but they didn't report me as the thief, right? But now let me tell you how I saw the tapes. So when Jada's home at Will's house, not her other house, she allegedly has her wine. She has her something called Tushy. It's like a pink thing. It's popular in Colombia as well too, but it's like you get. It's like that mix, okay. Right? It's big in Colombia, right? And she got her ayahuasca or whatever it is, and she got her mushrooms. So she got her psychedelics, all that stuff. So she's sitting down here watching, playing with herself, and high as a kite, right? Not caring who's in the house, whether kids watching, nothing. She's in her own world. So that's how I was able to see the tapes. This is why she think I saw them, and I saw some things that were unreal, and I saw celebrities on the tape.
Ooh.
So
one of the first names he brings up is actor Alfonso Ribeiro. According to Bilaal, their past interactions were far more complicated than what has ever been publicly discussed. He suggests there were private conflicts and experiences that, if true, would change how some people view the situation, though none of these claims have been confirmed.
And in that video, he is begging her to stop, right? And she's telling him to shut up, right? And on that video, Jada had on Timberlands and a fitted baseball cap with the strap on, right? And the reason why she got so much hate for Alfonso Ribeiro is because they dated way before. I'm not even gonna say dated, went it out a couple of times together, right? And allegedly something must have happened because Alfonso always had money. So back then Jada was broke, and you know that through your interview with Laverne.
Bilaal also alleges that other well-known figures were connected to Jada during periods of strain in her marriage to Will. He insists that evidence exists which he believes would support his claims if it were ever made public. According to him, once such material is revealed, he feels his version of events would be taken more seriously. He further suggests that some of these relationships went beyond rumor, describing situations that he says occurred behind closed doors. However, none of these statements have been independently confirmed, and they remain part of ongoing speculation rather than established fact.
Tyrese was on there.
I'm so glad Tyrese ain't got no money to sue me right now.
And Charlie Mack was on there with Will. And allegedly, I would appear to be Tyrese with Will and Jada. Then the one with Charlie Mack and Will, Jada's not on it, but you can hear her say, make him spit up, period. So when these tapes come out, people will know I'm telling that.
Then there is the mention of Briar Gray. Bilaal alleges that Jada's connection with Briar went far beyond simple rumors. He claims that formal legal documents exist, including a mutual non-disclosure agreement. According to him, once that agreement was seen as a possible risk, efforts to silence him intensified. Instead of backing down, he says he chose to submit court filings under penalty of perjury, stating that he is prepared to face serious legal consequences if even a single part of his account is proven untrue.
I'm there. We're trying to talk through our problems at his birthday party. Me and Will are together trying to talk to all this stuff that's going on, this alleged hard drive that they think I have with all these people on it. Me potentially about to sue, me about to expose the mutual NDA that I had with Bashir Gray.
So this was after my interview.
This was way before your interview. So
okay.
we've been going on for.
Because I remember, because she said, Jada Pinkett Smith specifically said in the Breakfast Club interview, we quote her words, that there's been some legal back and forth.
Yeah, we tried to work it out.
And you have text messages here from Jamal asking if Charlie wants to talk to you.
Oh, this is late. Oh, see, it's so much information.
And him to do a 3-way call. I downloaded WhatsApp again. But go ahead.
Okay. So where were we at? What were we talking about? That just threw me off a lot. Damn. Oh, okay, yeah. So he invited me to his birthday party in King Richard premiere. It was a private screening. And at this, and this is inside the legal paperwork of the civil harassment lawsuit against Jada. So she comes up to me, put her finger right in my face with her nail, right? And told me that I better stop telling her business, keep my mouth shut, or I was gonna catch a bullet and a beat down. So right there, that's already violence, right? And then it's already threats and everything. So I said, okay, no problem. I didn't say nothing. I didn't hit her. I didn't do anything. But I already knew that I was gonna make my move. So let's get into this lawsuit with Jada. So we talked about that one incident. We talked about her being embarrassed about the Tasha K interview that went viral globally. Okay. So that's one thing. Then Charlie Mack contacted my friend saying that Will and Jada wanted to pay me to write a retraction, and then him sending the retraction over to my friend, right?
And you said?
I said, no, I'm not gonna do it. They were ready to pay me the money in 24 hours.
Brother Bilaal maintains that his claims are not driven by attention or personal revenge. He frames his actions as a pursuit of truth, pointing to how Will Smith faced public embarrassment, while according to him, significant efforts were made behind the scenes to shield Jada Pinkett Smith's public image.
40 years. I put in here about where TMZ, listen what they did to me. Well, I already told you. So, but just for your listeners, Will's reps claim he didn't have sex with Dwayne Martin, right? And then inside the article, people can just go back and see it. TMZ put, oh, we don't even know if there's any connection between me and Will. Come on, man. Come on, TMZ, y'all playing. Now, I'm reporting y'all to the FCC, right? Because y'all lying to people. You could have did a quick Google search and see, I got multiple movie credits with Will. I'm in the book, and if you go to my Instagram, that seals it right there.
TMZ is bottom page.
Right. So in my opinion, yeah. So in my opinion, they was giving TMZ a couple of those dollars. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now, so we thinking everything is over, right? After my accident, nobody's hearing from me. The Diddy stuff comes to light. Okay, so now everybody is separating themselves from Diddy. I go to my computer. I remember I went to a freak off party with Will. Well, I went to a party, but after the party became a freak off, right? So I send that out to every press person, right? Somebody picks the pictures up and put Will at Diddy's party. Will sitting up there.
With the naked girl?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I remember that. They was eating fruit off the naked.
Right, because they were saying, oh,
that was an all-white party.
Yep. I forget where it was at, but all I know is I had the pictures, and when I sent the pictures out, they were everywhere. Now Will then after that, everybody's going in. Now, I could tell you what
Will
happened.
said on a stage with fake AI fans that he has never, ever been to a Diddy party.
Okay. And him and Diddy are not cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Jay-Z
Okay.
said that too.
Okay. Right.
He argues that the public was only made aware of a single incident, while much more allegedly happened behind closed doors. According to Bilaal, Jada was involved with multiple individuals during the marriage, some of whom he describes as recognizable figures within the industry. He believes the reason these claims never gained traction is simple: too many influential people had an interest in keeping the story contained. Regardless of whether the public accepts his account, Brother Bilaal insists these were not isolated rumors but a recurring pattern. With legal filings, discovery processes, and sworn statements now underway, he says the truth will eventually surface, whether it is welcomed or not.
Within 1 year, it is my belief that Will and Jada will be involved with a sexual case on a criminal level. And I'm gonna say that once again, just so everybody clear. Once I finish the lawsuit and once I finish this civil harassment thing with Jada, getting all the discovery, all the interrogatories and giving them to the federal government, and also giving it to the assistant attorney general, somebody's going to jail. Somebody. That's my belief. So all this is going on, but it's going to be criminal. Right now is all.
One of Jada's most widely discussed controversies unfolded during an episode of Red Table Talk. Sitting across from Will, she publicly addressed what many had speculated about for years. She acknowledged having a relationship, choosing to describe it as an entanglement. That relationship was with R&B singer August Alsina and took place while she was still married to Will. The episode quickly went viral, drawing nearly 15 million views within just 24 hours.
But thankfully, Will pressed her to be more clear.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship.
Viewers were stunned by what they were seeing. Will appeared visibly broken while Jada remained composed. Almost instantly, the internet began to question the image of their marriage that had been presented for years. Jada first met August Alsina in 2015 when he was just 22 years old. Their paths crossed at a concert attended by Willow and Jada Smith. At the time, August was struggling on multiple levels, physically, mentally, and emotionally. He later shared that he developed an addiction to painkillers after collapsing on stage during a performance. According to Jada Pinkett Smith, August came to her seeking guidance and support during a difficult period in his life, a claim she later repeated during a radio interview. August, however, would go on to describe the relationship very differently. He said he fell deeply in love with Jada and devoted years of his life to her, insisting he gave his whole heart and had no regrets about speaking openly about his experience. Not long after, Will and Jada publicly acknowledged that they had privately separated, framing the situation as part of their personal growth. Jada denied August's claim that Will had approved of the relationship, though she did not deny that the relationship itself took place. When the story first became public, much of the reaction focused on shock and disbelief. But comedian D.L. Hewley approached it from another perspective, one that left him deeply unsettled. He argued that the dynamic appeared troubling, suggesting the relationship carried elements that felt uncomfortably close to predatory. For him, the issue went beyond age. It was about circumstances, fame, wealth, influence, and emotional vulnerability. As he put it, when one person holds significant power while the other is barely holding themselves together, it creates a dangerous imbalance. He added that if the roles had been reversed, the public response would have been far harsher. Comedian Luenell echoed similar concerns. She rejected the idea that August was seeking attention, describing him instead as a deeply hurt man. In her words, when a man is emotionally wounded, the damage is often dismissed or minimized. She pointed out that August was already fragile before the relationship began, dealing with serious health issues, family loss, emotional trauma, and a lack of stability. Rather than being guided toward professional help, she argued, he became involved in a complicated romantic situation with a married woman who held far more power, security, and influence than he did.
He was already mental when she got him, fragile to say the least. He'd been through, he had a terrible relationship with his mama. Health problems. Health problems, lost his sister, lost his brother, had his kids, got their kids. He was fragile when she got him. Jaden brought him to her. Jaden.
Oh, Jaden?
Brought him to the home.
Oh, really? That's how he even got in the mix? Oh, man. This gets more interesting by the day.
That's word on the street.
Word on the street. Right.
And, in whatever Will's agreed upon dalliances may have been, you don't hear none of his chicks talking. And Willow didn't bring home one of her little girlfriends, and Will started smashing her.
Allegedly.
I ain't heard no R. Kelly stuff about Will Smith.
I'm not saying underage, but I'm sure Willow got friends over 18.
I'm sure that Will get his own side. So he don't need his daughter to wrangle no bitches for him. But when you take upon a role of mentoring somebody, which I don't know when Jada became the Earth Mother of the world, but okay, last I checked, that was the chick that set it off, and the Cosby Show and stuff like that, and doing some great acting, and we love Jada, the action hero. She's like a little action hero, but I don't know when she turned into this guru. But if that's the role you're gonna play, then it's not fair to take a boy who's dealing with all.
Luenell questioned Jada Pinkett Smith's role as a mentor in the situation. She argued that when someone takes on the responsibility of helping another person heal, clear boundaries must be maintained. In her view, emotional support should never be mixed with romance, especially when the other person is clearly vulnerable and struggling.
The song called Entanglement, where he's basically mocking Will, talking about, I'm doing things that you can't do, and this, that, and the third.
No doubt.
And then he said that Will gave him permission.
Well, just like Jada said, can't nobody give you permission to do anything but you. If she would have done it with or without his permission, probably. I
mean, Will crying though on that table, like that Will.
I had already cut it off by then.
The Will, which is replacing the Jordan crying meme. The Will crying meme.
I never saw. I couldn't take it.
Couldn't see it.
No,
you've never seen the Will crying.
No,
meme?
I didn't stay that long.
But did you actually see the picture that I'm talking about?
No. Why, you got it?
Of course I got it.
Oh my God. This is gonna replace the Jordan crying meme?
Of course.
Oh man.
Sorry.
I ain't seen it. Oh man. Will.
You've never seen this?
I did see that.
You did see that. I'm saying you can't be on the internet and not see that.
I didn't want to see it.
Both D.L. Hewley and Luenell agreed on one point. The public reaction would likely have been very different if Will Smith had acted the same way under similar circumstances. From there, Dr. Umer Johnson offered his own interpretation of the situation between Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. He suggested that the dynamic is no longer driven by love. According to his theory, there is no prenuptial agreement in place, and if that is true, he believes it helps explain much of what has unfolded publicly. In his view, Jada may want to leave the marriage, but not without securing what she believes is her rightful share.
They do not have a prenuptial agreement. If that is true, that Will does not have a prenuptial agreement, that helps to understand everything that's transpiring. I believe the reason he's still with her at this point is to safeguard his estate, which he should. And I think the reason why she's being so disrespectful, blatantly disrespectful, bringing up Tupac's proposal, why is that coming up now? Saying Chris Rock tried to hit on her. Why is that being said to the public after this man and your husband got into an altercation at the Emmys? From what it looks like on the outside looking in, and I have nothing against Jada at all. Obviously, I'm a Will Smith fan. Only actor in American history to garner 10 consecutive #1 box office hits. Nobody has ever done that, not even Denzel. Will Smith is the only actor to do that in American history. And on top of that, he's the first rapper to win a Grammy. So his place in history is etched solid. And I just think it's an unfortunate situation because he's been through a lot of things in his life. I never met him personally, but obviously he came out with the book detailing his situation. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but of course I get the reports from it. And I just think it's unfortunate what's going on because on the one hand, you have a man who doesn't want to get took to the cleaners by a woman who really didn't help him build his brand or his name. And on the other hand, you have a woman who says to herself, arguably, I gave you 2 children. I was here for the journey, although I may not have had anything to do directly with your success. I was still your emotional comfort I was still your wife, your confidant, your partner. And I think she wants out the marriage, and I just think she's going at it in a very dysfunctional way. I think she's trying to embarrass him into divorcing.
Dr. Umer Johnson suggests that both parties likely feel justified in their actions, but he is particularly critical of how he perceives Jada Pinkett Smith is handling the situation. He argues that rather than leaving the marriage directly, she seems to be exerting pressure in public through embarrassing moments, awkward revelations, and comments that, in his view, make Will Smith appear uncomfortable. He believes these actions are intentional and not merely coincidental, describing them as a deliberate tactic.
They were being interviewed, and someone said something to the effect of marriage or divorce. I forget the question or the comment, but Jada responded by saying, quote, "It's cheaper to keep her." I think they said, "Why are you two still together?" And it was in a joking way. They weren't being, there was no animosity. They were not being adversarial. It wasn't even a serious conversation. It was very laid back and relaxed in a joking dialogue. But the person said, "Why are you guys still together?" And Jada Pinkett Smith's response was, "It's cheaper to keep her." He didn't say that. She said it. And I think that speaks to the fact that there was no prenuptial agreement.
Wow, man. So you think she's making all these comments intentionally hoping that he'll divorce her?
Absolutely. If you're not going to let me out of this marriage and give me half of what I feel I'm entitled to, because that's, the American way, women get half of the man's estate, even if they didn't help him build it. And no disrespect to Jada, there's a very strong possibility that she helped Will get to where he is. I really can't see how, because he was always talented. I remember going to a Will Smith concert right here in Philadelphia down at the Spectrum. It was Will Smith, New Edition was the headliners. It was Will Smith, Jazzy Jeff, Roxanne Shante, UTFO. I was a young blood back then. And I still remember Will when he was a rapper on stage. And once he went to Fresh Prince and then Independence Day and all those movies he was just a hit. The man was a hit. Every movie he put out, garnered billions of dollars at the box office. So, but again, I want to be respectful to her. That's a marriage. There's some things behind the scenes that we don't know about, where she could probably argue that she played a significant role, in his development as an actor. I don't know, or as a businessman. But from the outside looking in as a Philadelphian, I don't see that. And I really just feel it's a situation where he's not going to give up half of what he has, and she's going to continue to antagonize him with the belief that if she gets on his nerves enough, he might let her out of the arrangement.
When discussions arise about Jada Pinkett Smith's boundaries, many point to her later actions. However, some argue the pattern traces back to the very beginning of her relationship with Will Smith. Yes, they were married for over 20 years, but the origins of their relationship are often overlooked. At the time they began seeing each other, Will was still legally married to his first wife, Sherry Zampino. Although Jada stepped into the relationship while that marriage was ending, she later admitted that she never truly wanted to marry. She said the only reason she agreed to wed was because she became pregnant. For many, that revelation resonated deeply, suggesting that a marriage often portrayed as ride or die may have been shaped more by obligation than by choice. Some believe Jada has quietly sought to escape that obligation more than once. Do you think more revelations will surface? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to see it. I'll see you in the next one.